Yo. My fucking people podcast.
Yo.
Yes.
I ain't even fix the title again, so fuck it. We're going to talk about what's not in the title.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I'll pick that shit later. Anyway, it's another fucking episode. Well, yeah, another episode of My People's Podcast. Live in the motherfucking check-in on fucking YouTube. You already know. Shout out to them for doing it for free.
Them motherfuckers.
Like I said, like and subscribe. Click the notification. If you fuck with us, you fuck with us. If you don't fuck with us, you still fuck with us. Because we all got fucking
Man,
creation.
if they don't fuck with us, then they want sauce. I'm beating some ass. Nigga, yeah, we beating ass. Yo. You don't fuck with us, we fucking you up, yo.
You don't fuck with us, we don't fuck with y'all. It's no different over there on this side. Goddamn. But yeah, yo, it's My People's Podcast. I got motherfucking Chris here. Got my boy Hottie in the building. You feel me? We out here another fucking day. You feel me? Coming straight from the motherfucking, I guess, studio room if you want to call it that. And yeah, we about to get this shit started. So let's start off with the main shit, man. Shit that really hurt my fucking feelings this morning, fine. It woke me up out my sleep hearing that shit, bruh. For real, on the television. But, man.
Oh, shit.
John Witherspoon's passed away today, man. R.I.P. to John Witherspoon. Also known as Pops from motherfucking Friday. Also known as Pops from motherfucking Wayne Brothers.
Bang.
Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang.
I whips pussy.
My boy, man. Yo, that shit really going to take an effect on the world, man. Because we ain't going to have another older brother like that hold it down the way he did, man.
Yeah.
He lived I ain't going to say a long life. He did 77, man. I hope to see some people at 77 for real. So I would say that he lived a long life compared to some people I know. But yeah, man, R.I.P. to him, man. He passed away in his house. They don't know how right now. But I'm sure they're gonna find out when they do autopsies and everything like that.
John Witherspoon.
Yeah, man. Born in 1942, bruh.
Damn, you old.
He went through all types of trials and tribulations that black people had to go through around that time, man.
Right.
For real, like, older than my mom's, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So that shit crazy, you know?
It's just as old as my man's fingernails over there.
Fuck.
Damn, man.
Yeah, man, we lost a good one, man, but hopefully you in a better place, you know, doing better things, making other people laugh up there, you feel me? So I just wanted to start that off, you feel me? I wanted to make sure that is being known, like.
It's time for him to do comedy up there.
Yeah, man, with the greats, with the other greats.
Right.
Richard Pryor and
Stay away from the hot
everybody else,
sauce.
bruh. For real.
You know you can't take the hot sauce. Don't do it. Pops got bad guts.
All right, let's get into this next one. Hold up, let me open my motherfucking notes real quick. You feel me? I'm the host and the producer, so I gotta make sure everything's on point. You feel me? We don't have nobody to do that for us. So let me get this shit going real quick. Pop up these things real quick. Let that shit load.
Let that low be that low.
Alright, we got next this motherfucker right here.
Who is this nigga?
A rapist.
Oh shit.
That was convicted. Let me get my notes, yeah.
I knew it looked like we need to fuck you up.
A convicted rapist serving a life sentence and was released from prison by mistake.
Get off me. Hold me back, yo. I'm about to fuck them niggas up. They let this nigga go.
By mistake,
By mistake?
man.
Why? Because he white? He
Nah,
look Russian.
he look Puerto Rican or some shit.
He Puerto Rican?
He's a... All right, so the U.S. Marshals are on a trail for Tony McComb Mendez, who was wrongfully let out of Rogers State Prison in Redville, Georgia on October 25th.
They had the wrong nigga.
I can't make this shit up, bro. So the Georgia Correctional Department said all resources are being unlisted to ensure that the rapid apprehension of Muno Mendez including the Georgia Department of Correction, Fugitive Unit, and U.S. Marshals. The public is being reminded to call 911 and do not approach this nigga. You feel me? Public records show that this nigga was convicted of 2 counts of rape, 1 count of aggravated child molestation, in jail for life in April 2005.
I don't know if I believe them. They gotta show me document papers.
Damn, son.
How you wrongfully let somebody out of jail? That shit don't happen. Never happen. I don't know if I believe the government.
No. The funny part about it, they're not telling how the fuck they made an error in releasing this nigga.
Right.
Through all the reports that I'm looking at, man. This is some crazy shit. Cause
you
they
got all the shit he did.
They don't want to be blamed for the shit. You feel me? They want to try to blame this nigga or some shit and say he tried to escape. I'm surprised they ain't say that first.
Right. But
that's some
fuck do you
I
do
know
that?
him. I think I seen his ass up in the store buying fucking ices and shit.
Word. He was buying ices. Oh, he's trying to get them kids. Oh man.
Either he love ices or
Shout out my nigga Edmundo on the check-in. But yo, this shit crazy, bro. This nigga really...
Ed, they released this nigga.
They released... And y'all think this nigga still in Georgia?
Hell
No.
What?
That nigga went back to his country like, fuck that. 8
Hell
doobies to the face. Fuck that. That nigga dipped off. Like, you
He
feel me?
bailed. He got the fuck out of
Point
Dodge.
is, this nigga need to get caught again, man. Being the shit that he did, ain't like he tried to rob a bank or nothing like that. This nigga did some wild shit. You feel me? So I think he should get caught again, man.
Fucking with the kids,
fucking
man.
with little kids, raping people and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
They testing the water to see if the kid shit is really it.
Hey yo, y'all remember? Have y'all ever seen? I know this like way maybe a couple of years back, but I know y'all seen this shit. The little boy that was bocky as hell. They called him Little Hercules or some shit like that. He had the long hair and shit. Little boy, like 6 years old, long hair. He was bocky as hell, buff as hell, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I knew I look like a pit bull out this bitch.
Little cocky ass pit bull. He look like him.
Yo, this nigga was convicted and had to serve a life prison, and they let this nigga out on an error.
They mistakenly let him go.
Exactly. And now they looking for this nigga.
How, bitch, how? That shit ain't how.
Right.
Word.
And who the fuck was y'all trying to release?
Word. That's what I want to know. That nigga mad as hell because
He had to sit.
he like,
longer.
y'all still gonna release me, motherfucker.
That shit ain't got shit to do with me.
That shit don't got nothing to do with me. Y'all still releasing me, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy. But let me show y'all this nigga and how he look now, bruh. Y'all ain't even going to believe this shit, bruh.
Get the fuck out of here.
For real. This how this nigga look right now. The little Hercules dude that was fucking lifting up couches to make his mom vacuum and shit and all that wild shit. This nigga look like trash now at the age of 26.
His body just grew over the muscles. He got to work into his body again.
Started drinking.
You got to do it again. All it didn't mean nothing when you were young.
Where all that weights and shit, that shit didn't mean shit, bro.
They said, that's the nigga you like, bitch. Don't scream now.
Word, son. It's just a funny ass vision, because you'll think that this nigga would have got older and been super Arnold Schwarzenegger ripped, but obviously a muscle don't matter, and the fucked up part about muscle is you gotta keep maintaining it. If you don't, you see what happens, you lose it. So and he probably tired of that shit. He probably did all that shit when he young. Like, I ain't even want to do that shit.
They made me. I
Word.
looked at good flexing one time and they told me keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably got women problems. He like, man, fuck that nigga. I let it get to me. But anyway, let's get to this next shit, bro. Cause we
You know what's crazy?
Yeah,
He
we
was the
about to
strongest
float.
little nigga. He ain't the strongest older nigga.
Word. He probably still strong as hell though. He
Yeah.
probably just don't. You can't see it.
You punch on him, fuck that. Like, nigga, you my side. He fuck you up.
Word up. But let's get to this next shit right here, which is
Okay, now check this out. Now, Wednesday, the
shit.
baby took to social
Scared
media
me.
to share that the car he was traveling in had accidentally hit another driver. He shared the after moment with his followers to show the woman some love, but also to use the video as evidence to prove that everything was fine at the time. Now, in the video, you can see the woman saying there was no damage to her vehicle, and the baby even offered to give the woman some money just in case. But however, the woman said everything was fine, and ironically, she had been listening to his music in the car. But let's dive into it.
Okay, look, I just ran into her car at the light, and she said ain't no damages, it's cool. I said, let me give you a couple of these pink 50s anyway. I gave her 150. I said, it's from the baby. She said, I'm listening to your shit right now. I done ran into the back of her shit while she playing my shit. You said it's okay, right?
It looks fine, or else
What?
it looks great. Good thing I had your song on. It's the only reason.
Okay, look.
Bye.
I had proof, so yeah, I'm trying to, ain't no damage. Look, ain't no motherfucker. I'm finna flip around. This really for court, baby. I appreciate you, shit, niggas having insurance, but this for court. Hold on. Look, no damages. I'm talking about, look, no damages.
When I ride my shit in my lap, little nigga, fuck reaching
New Rich
up my
Dog
nose.
video tomorrow, too. See what I'm saying, right?
alright. So basically, that was a fucking video of the baby. He ran into the back of that white chick car, and she got out. And she said everything's fine, everything's good, and this nigga offered her. He said he offered her $150 to just to make sure, and he put the video up. Now that was smart of him, but that was awesomely dumb for her. You feel me? You hit the back of my car. I ain't even acting. I probably am gonna be fucked up, and I'm damn sure gonna look back. Oh, that's the baby. I'm definitely fucked up.
That's a nice ass car.
Word, once I look back, I ain't gotta see who in it. Once I see that's a nice ass car, I'm fucked up.
You think he would have been mad because you was faking?
I don't give a fuck.
He
I
said, I don't give a fuck.
This nigga offered her $150. I'll be like, bro, that's not good enough,
thought you
nigga.
said
I
a
seen
couple
your
of fake
videos. You be running around with hella racks, nigga. I don't want to hear that bullshit. This nigga said he gave her $150. He act like he gave her a
She
lot
tried
at
to sue
first.
him?
I gave her a couple of these yellow,
Pink 50.
50 faces or whatever the fuck he said.
Sound like he trying to give us some fucking Molly.
Yeah.
He said, I tried to give him 50.
A pink 50. A couple.
That's fucking crazy, bro. To me, it's like,
Fuck them 50s.
fuck them 50s. I need everything.
Some of them on his side.
I need the whole rack in your pocket, nigga, right now. That's the type of shit I'm on. You feel me? That was just, to me, that I had to play that because to me, that shit was just like crazy, bro. Like, if anybody know, like, black people, we gonna rape your ass. No offense. Like, not saying how I'm saying it, but
Literal, but
If we
let me
know
get that.
yeah, with that
you
bread, we
business,
gonna, yeah.
and you got a hella bread, and you be in your videos and all that shit with hella blue faces, give me some.
Either way, I'm going to be
Off
sleep.
the,
Cause I'm going to
Give
wake
me
up and
some.
already know the finesse.
Word up.
hand me a few of them things.
That was crazy. But let's get to this next shit right here. We got fucking Southwest Airlines. The fucking, man. All right, let me get to this report right here. A Southwest airline flight attendant said 2 pilots live streamed videos from a hidden camera in a commercial airline lavatory and to an iPad in the cockpit. Bruh. What type of pervert shit is that, bruh?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I want to know. What type of pervert shit is that, son? They said the alleged incident happened on February 27, 2017. Why the fuck we hearing it right now? And it's fucking 2018. Wow, I don't even know the person's name, was working on the flight from, excuse me, from Pittsburgh to Phoenix. The fucking, according to the plaintiff, that a whole bunch of people filed lawsuits against the airline and the pilots. 2.5 hours into the flight, Captain Terry Grant asked for a flight attendant to come to the cockpit so that he can leave to use the restroom. The complainant says airline policies require 2 crew members are in the cockpit at all times. The complainant said after this nigga Steinecker arrived and Graham left, Steinecker spotted an iPad in the plane cockpit that appears to be streaming live video of the pilot inside the airplane lavatory. Whoa.
Word.
When the flight attendant asked the co-pilot about that shit, he said the camera is part of a new security and top secret security measure that has been installed in the lavatory of all Southwest Airlines.
That's crazy.
Damn, son.
And he just watching all that shit.
He just sitting in the cockpit watching ass, titty, dick, and balls, all types of wild shit.
Oh, he having fun.
What type of freaky shit he on?
Word.
That's some wild shit, bruh.
That nigga freak nigga.
What?
He a freak nigga.
That's some wild shit, bruh. For real. Like, I can't even make that shit up.
That's crazy.
For real.
Yeah.
Bruh.
You can't be slacking on your job, especially when you got 50 other passengers on side this plane with you, and planes are crashing nowadays. I just heard about a plane crash 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Like,
word.
Is this what y'all doing in them cockpits to make these planes crash? Y'all want iPads and shit? Do we need cameras on y'all to make sure y'all doing y'all motherfucking job? Because y'all niggas is wild and planes is going down and people are dying. You feel me?
Word.
Friends and families are going.
They think it's so plain and shit. Fuck wrong with these niggas, yo.
Word, bro.
They think it's so plain.
Let's get to this next shit, though. We got fucking Eminem dissing Lord Jamar.
Who the fuck is that?
Lord Jamar is a member of the Brand Nubian, which is a group back in the day. It was a rap group back in the day. And he basically went on Vlad TV and said Eminem shit is whack to him. And all white people should be a guest in hip hop. You feel me?
You sound dumb as hell.
But in perspective, a lot of people agree with him. But this what Eminem had to say.
I had last night.
You had a dream?
I had a dream that I was a fucking nobody who sucked at rap.
Oh, really?
And then I woke up. And you know who I was, Mr. Porter?
Who are you?
Lord Jamar.
Really?
But I don't really care, Mr. Porter. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I'm a crack.
Yeah, basically he said, I woke up this morning and realized I was a nobody. And I guess the DJ asked him, who are you? And he said, I'm Lord Jamar. And he finally addressed Lord Jamar about this shit, man. Like, I don't know. To me, it's a different era for different like opinions. Yeah. Because back in the day, people didn't really accept white people as rappers because of the shit they was saying. It was like, yo, that's not really rap. Like, we was rapping about shit that's going on in the hood, and basically Eminem wasn't doing that. So I feel as though That's the only reason why Lil Jamar feel as though all his shit whack. Cause he can't like get into it. You feel me? You can't relate to it. You can't relate on killing your moms and all this extra shit
Oh, your
like
mom
that.
trying to kill you.
Yeah, exactly. Shit like that. So
Bruh, the way I should say it is, if you got bars, you got bars.
Word.
If you ass as hell, just sit the fuck down somewhere. Word.
yeah.
Take some lessons and try it again, motherfucker.
That's true.
Like niggas nowadays is worried about what everybody else is doing. That's why motherfuckers ain't really making it how they want to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and they just, I think that the era of rap changes over time. So you're not gonna like as much shit as you liked before. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I feel it though. But I do agree that white people are guests of hip hop, because hip hop was something that was created by black people only because they wasn't accepting us in their culture. You get what I'm saying?
But at the end of the day, it's not all white people. You feel what I'm saying? Like Eminem probably more blacker than he is.
Nah, I wouldn't agree with that. Cause like they was rapping about lifting the community up type shit. You feel me? Brand Nubian and they was talking about, shit that, we needed in our community at that moment. You feel me?
But see, with that being said, like it's a whole new generation. You feel what I'm saying? Like when
But that's
Eminem
the same
came out, you feel me? Like motherfuckers was really off that coke wave. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Motherfuckers, like, come on, bro. Like,
I think niggas more off that coke wave now. But
generation, you feel what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
But I agree with just what Edmundo said right here. He said basically like Lil Nas X is a guest of country. You feel what I'm saying? Cause he not tech like. Country people will look at Lil Nas X and say, bro, you a guest in here. Like, you feel me? You not really doing this shit how we doing it. Like, you feel me? And you took
true to it.
Yeah, exactly. They true to it, and they about that culture. Like, Eminem, he was poor, but poor is half of the fucking battle that we went through. Like, us not being, like, black people not getting treated right and shit like that. Like, Eminem was getting treated like a white person. I would say that in his era, even in the hip hop era, like a white motherfucker do an interview with him quicker than they'll go grab a black nigga from hip hop and do an interview. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, you feel me? They made movies off of this nigga life when we got 100 niggas that got all types of shit going on that they could have made movies about as far as hip hop.
I understand that. Yeah, you're right.
But I still think that he's a dope hip hop artist. You feel me? He's not making rock music. He's not making fucking country music. He was making hip hop music. Mm-hmm. You feel me? He was rapping. So you can't say that he's not a rapper. Right. You feel what I'm saying? It's like I said, it's a slippery slope on that shit.
Yeah, like I said, it's the generation.
Hey, let them go at it. Fuck it.
On another note, right? Like I've been hearing so much about Lil Nas X. I never heard the track of his. What?
Old Town Road.
Oh, that's his song?
Yeah.
That's what bring him out.
Oh, see, I never knew that. Word.
Yeah, another thing is that I don't consider Post Malone a rapper, even though he raps.
Nah.
That nigga a singer.
Nah.
That nigga a singer.
But a lot of these, I don't consider none of these black niggas that's coming out really nowadays rappers. Because most of them be singing. So I would say that they singers.
Multi-talented, yeah. Like, if you doing more singing and rapping,
you're a singer.
Bro. That's like Chris Brown. Chris Brown He's a singer.
And he can rap,
He
but
can rap,
he is still
yeah.
a singer.
And and he learned how to rap over
It's
time.
career.
Maybe.
Career. Based off.
But yeah, that nigga's a fucking singer.
Where? All right, let's get into this next shit. We got some positive shit going on. Now, you know about climate change and all that, and they saying that icebergs is falling in Antarctica and all that shit like that.
Shit
and yeah, shit melting and shit like that. Well, we got a fucking guy named let's
it's
see.
Ice Age all over again.
Nah, it's not Ice Age. Okay. Alright, boom. A 29-year-old architect, Ferris Ray, what the fuck? Reject Kantuha. I can't make this shit up.
That shit look like
The group of invaded submarine vessels capable of producing 16-foot thick, 82-foot wide hexagonal icebergs. So basically, let me translate this shit into some hood shit. It's an architect, 29-year-old. This nigga created a fucking type of machine that creates big ass fucking icebergs in Antarctica. Well, he want to. And basically what that do is it create icebergs in Antarctica, push them out, and they start connecting. And basically, if you see the image on the side, they start connecting, and then it'll ultimately create more ice in Antarctica, basically reversing the climate change of them being melted, giving more of a climate in Antarctica and not. But my whole thing is the problem is that the icebergs in Antarctica are melting, creating more water on the earth. That's the problem. Now, would them icebergs freeze the water? That's my whole thing. Like the water still gonna be like under it. So will it really make a difference? I don't know. But the
Is that real water they try to put in the water?
Yeah. And that's the whole thing I want to know too. Is they taking the water from Antarctica and creating icebergs? I think that's what they're doing. And if they're doing that, that's very smart. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So I really can't be mad at that. We got another one right here. We got 4 teenage kids. These motherfuckers seen they neighbor house they seen their neighbor house on fire. They run in the house. Their neighbor is 90 years old. This old lady that's in the middle of them. And basically a house full of smoke and everything. And all 4 of them risk their life to run in the house, grab her ass, and bring her ass out. So I think that's a dope move for them, man.
Yeah,
like
word.
For real, because most people be too fucking scared.
Right.
Should be too fucking scared to fucking go in the house and do all that shit and get the person out. So I would think that's a dope ass move for them, man. Like,
heck yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Alright, so it's 4 Oklahoma teens had planned to spend the evening hanging out together. They had no idea by the night would end, it would be running into a burning house, saving a 90-year-old neighbor's life. Last month, let me get their names out so we can really give a shout out. Dylan Wick, Seth Bird, Nick Berg, and Wyatt Hall. I'm not good with names. Yeah, all between a 14 and 17-year-old was at Hall's home outside of Tulsa. When they first noticed the smell of burning rubber, then they saw the flames coming from the fucking house. Basically, long story short, they ran in the bitch, saved the motherfucking lady. shout outs to them, man. Cause I feel, excuse me, that's the beer. I feel as though most motherfuckers be too, like, especially white people, no offense, they be too scared to do shit, bro. They be scared to handle situations. They handle it so wrong. And these motherfuckers react like some black people, you feel me? They're like, fuck that. We gotta see this old ass lady. Like, we ain't about to let her, burn in this building, you feel me? Most white motherfuckers would be like, call the cops. No, don't go in there, call the cops. Make sure, But, that's the different type of shit that goes on in life.
That's what's up. They had some heart, some courage, like, you know what I mean? They did their thing, they manned up, and they became heroes that day, you know what I mean?
Word. So shout out to them. You feel me? They the heroes of the fucking week. You feel what I'm saying?
Word. Heroes of the week. We here.
So let's get into this next shit where we got Kanye West talking hella crazy about hella certain shit on his Big Boy interview.
Yeah, I must have not bought his album.
Yeah, I ain't buy that shit. Let's go.
But the culture has you focused so much on fucking somebody, bitch, and pulling up in a foreign and rapping about things that could get you locked up and then saying you about prison reform. Like, it's, bro. And in the Bible, there's many topics of slavery. And we are African Americans, and we are still dealing with modern day slavery. We still have record contracts, publishing deals, touring deals, management deals, radio deals, that we not the owners. Until we really own our own community, really make Wakanda for real, this is going to take more than the Jesus chain.
Well, we got to make Wakanda probably with us too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I've been waiting. You know what I'm saying? They don't even want to come. I'm talking to Doc. I'm talking to y'all.
Right.
We got, ain't nothing even need to say on camera. We working. Even right now, we working. I'm delivering the message. I'm hoping, I'm praying that the kids at MIT know what I'm talking about. And other schools, Harvard, Stanford, Ward. Rappers be talking about, I got your bitch. Instagram got your bitch. Instagram got your bitch. Like, I'm sorry, I know my Christian scorecard just went down for using a profane piece of language. You ain't got your Instagram, got all y'all, because they going to do it for the gram before they do it to you. They going to send a picture to the gram before they send it to you. Social media doing more to hurt families than it is to help families, and families are the key to health.
You ran one of the most popular families on Instagram. How do you divide that up?
Oh man, just come on, UCLA, pull up. I'm gonna just have this hospital visit right now. You see?
Right. Are you afraid of losing your audience? Yay.
I told you I'm only afraid of God. I'm only afraid of my daddy, God. I done been 15 years. I'm telling you, God is showing that you can have your own thoughts, bro. Wake up, Mr. West, wake up, culture. Wake up. Everybody think they so woke, but they following the rules of what woke's supposed to be. Hip hop ain't never been about following rules. It's been about doing what you feel. I'm gonna take the Louis, I'm gonna throw it like this. I'm gonna do it with the polo, I'm gonna do it like this. Even like the way I talk. Hold on. Let me use my African American voice. Let me use my Disney approved voice. You know what I'm saying? We're not even speaking in our own language, bro. Like, we talk louder than this. Africans talk loud. Italian moms talk loud. We talk louder, but we speak in our corporate voice. Or we don't want to ruin the deal voice. Or this why, bro, I love y'all, man. And I love me. And I love Christ. And y'all should love to see this. I'm not going to tell y'all what y'all should do. I'm just doing what I do. If you love it, then cool. If y'all want to rap me, it ain't going to make a difference, honestly. I done been killed so many times. We don't make Kobe's legacy be about one torn ligament, and my legacy ain't about, oh, he got mental health. That just come with the level of sport I'm playing at. What you talking about? People's trying to sun me left and right. Strategize. I've been canceled. Right. I've been canceled before they had cancel culture. I was canceled before they had the term.
Do you care about any of that?
I do. I care about everything.
I mean, he ain't say no bullshit.
was listening.
Yeah, and I was listening. Like he said some shit that, like, I think he took shots at Meek though, because he said, like he said, y'all talking about pushing in foreigners, talking about jewelry, talking about bitches, and then y'all talking about fucking the prison reform. Like that's the opposite of what the fuck y'all really representing.
Right.
But at the same time, everything he just said was some real shit. Like, I don't even fuck with Kanye no more. But at the same token, what he had to say right there was some real shit, bruh.
That new album, it changed his life. So it sound like.
Something must have changed his life before the album, bruh. He must have had a wake up. And that's true. Instagram got everybody bitches, son. For real, son. If Instagram offered 30, 40, if Instagram offered excuse me. Shit, I keep burping this moment. If Instagram offered 100 million views to your bitch will leave you, bruh. For real. Yeah. The owner did.
Damn. 100 million? Yeah, you out of there.
You out of there, my nigga.
Out of there.
Like he said, a bitch would take a picture and put it on Instagram before she send it to you.
Facts.
That's some factual shit, man.
Make a video.
Straight up. Like,
you get a second.
Yeah. You gonna have to see it on Instagram, nigga.
Word, she forgot to send it to you. Because her nigga's Instagram.
Block you and everything. So you can't see it. You gotta look on somebody else shit to see it.
For real. And that's some real shit,
That'll
bro.
make you slam a motherfucker.
And that shit really made me want to fuck with Kanye some more. Like, you feel me? Even though I wasn't really on that wave because he was talking dumb shit. But it seemed like he back in his shit. Like, he back in his bag. He realized, like, whatever he was doing was wrong. Mm-hmm. And he must have seen something that made him want to get closer to Jesus and closer to God. For real.
He realized that the people, you know what it actually is? I know what kind of phase he in, what phase of life he in right now. And it happens to people. He noticed that the people is just like, they form, but they not form. You know what I mean? It's like being great, but not being great. You know what I mean? And then everybody like you crazy. The people talking crazy. So he's more like he said, instead of telling y'all what to do, I'ma just do what I do. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And y'all can do whatever y'all do. So he's basically worrying about himself, minding his business. He's not caring about what the people think. You know what I mean? At the moment, stage that he into now, because they don't really give a fuck about you. They just want to see what you doing. That's why he was snapping on people and all that, and realizing he was getting mad views and shit like that. And when he tweak out and do something wild, like dye his hair crazy or run down on the president and say some dumb shit, he get a lot of views, attention.
Yeah.
You know
like, I fuck with Kanye. I just don't fuck with his political views on things. Right. Because he be saying some wild shit that really don't reflect on the black people in a positive way. Like, he sound like the fucking house nigga, you feel me? Sometimes. So that's the only reason. But shout out to that interview, man. Shout out to Kanye West, man.
Doing your thing.
For real. And let's get into this next shit. I don't even want to get into it, but I feel as though we gotta make sure everything gets seen in the fucking view of the eyes. The eye of the viewers and shit like that. So we about to get into this 3-year-old named Camille McKinley, also known as Cupcake. The girl who suffocated after being kidnapped from an outdoor birthday party. Her funeral was held on Sunday afternoon in Birmingham, Alabama, man. That's fucking crazy, bro. For real, like, this shit, like... Shit like this, I don't even like to talk about, but I feel as though we gotta talk about it because... Alright. So, they locked up 2 motherfuckers, you feel me? After reports of the vehicle matching the description of the SUV allegedly used by the abduction of Camille led police to, I guess, the last name Brown and Stelworth, who were taken into custody October 20th authorities said before they was charged with murder, both was held on charges in unrelated cases. Police said they found child pornography on Stillworth's phone and charged him with 4 counts of possession of child pornography and 3 counts of possession of child pornography with the intent to distribute.
This nigga bugging.
Word up. What the fuck is wrong with black people, son? This some white man shit. Stillworth was initially released from custody after posting a bond of $500,000, bruh. Who the fuck? How, yeah, word. That's how. How the fuck did he get that type of bread? Yo.
Child pornography.
And it's the funny part. Yeah. He was back in jail by Friday evening on the murder of charge. Inmate records show. Stillworth attorney Emory Anthony said last week he didn't know anything about the case, including the circumstances, the evidence of the release and behind Stillworth's arrest. CNN attempt to reach at the attorney for Brown were unsuccessful. Brown was held on the probation revocation. My bad, I can't see that good. For an unrelated kidnapping. Chief Smith said online inmates records indicate she also is charged with multiple felony counts of failing to appear in court. Damn, bro.
He was probably selling kids.
Word. I think that they was doing some crazy shit. Cause how you think he got the 500,000?
Right.
By doing wild shit and probably selling that shit on the internet and doing all types of I don't even want to get into like more or less what they did and why they did it, but that's some crazy ass shit right there, bro. For real, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That is that is beyond. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
What I can't even register that shit right because black people don't be off that shit, bro. For real, but obviously they do. So he ain't in the black delegation, you feel me? He got kicked the fuck out. So if anybody else, white, Spanish, Indian, African, fucking Italian, want to take him in, which I doubt, he in his own world. He in his own lane. You feel me? And I hope he do life in prison if he did that shit. For real. That's some wild ass shit right there. But let's get into this Ohio man that's getting charged with 37 years for killing a canine, which was a cop dog. You feel me?
What? That's too much for a dog.
Yo. An Ohio man who killed a canine officer has been sentenced to 34 years for the incident that resulted in shooting the dog and 11 years for additional crimes. So he got 11 years for additional crime, and he must got 24 for that, or he got 34 plus 11. Damn. I don't know this nigga name. Canotry Bearford. 23. Bearfield. 23 pleaded guilty to both shooting the canine officer and 4 unrelated burglary charges and aggressive robbery charges. Damn, bruh.
You bugging. He bugging.
So the dog was killed in January after being shot multiple times while responding to a burglary at a grocery store. Police exchanged fire with him, eventually shooting the 23-year-old in the ankle and taking him into custody. Damn, son. During the exchange of shooting, the cop dog got shot 3 times.
Real shit, I'm sorry to say this, but
You shot him too?
I'd have shot him too.
Yeah, of course. I would have too.
You were, because, I mean...
I'm not letting no fucking...
I'm going to tell all the criminals out there, though, they giving niggas time for these dogs like they giving niggas time as if they killed a real motherfucking officer, for real.
They treat,
I love my dog. For real. So if somebody kill him, I want them niggas to get time like a human too.
Yeah.
Right. They looking for my mans for setting a dog on fire with a puppy.
What?
That's some crazy shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And this shit is like, yo, bro.
Yeah,
Black people
shit.
taking hella L's lately, yo, for dumb shit, though.
Yeah. It's too much. If they ain't killing niggas, they fucking with the animals. They ain't fucking with the animals.
Like,
they doing anything for the money.
Tying firecrackers on pigeons.
That's funny. That's funny.
Alright, so next we got this, we got another hero. Alright, so Trooper Ruben Corona, and I don't really give people a hero's Korea.
That sound like a hero name.
But I don't really give cops heroes type, like.
Because that's their job?
Yeah, not only that, because you already know why. But I would have to say, this man right here, he did his thing, man. I want y'all to see this video. Basically, a guy, car stalled. Well, not stalled, but got stuck on the tracks, a train track. And this motherfucker, I guess this motherfucker didn't see the train coming. Luckily, the state trooper pulled up in time and pulled this nigga out the car within seconds from getting mauled. Now, I'm going to show y'all the fucking video, and then I'm going to show y'all how the fucking car looked afterwards. And I'm going to let y'all know, this nigga did his thing, for real, for real. As y'all can see the car right there. You can see the fucking lights coming towards him. I see it from see that shit shining at the end of the fucking video? That nigga was high as hell. I'm gonna tell you something. I know a nigga when they on drugs. He like, what happened? What happened? Motherfucker, you don't know what happened? Yo, for real, for real. And this nigga was like a teenager in his 20s. You feel me? Unconscious. How the fuck did you become unconscious?
Dope.
How the fuck you ain't know what was happening when you just seen your fucking car go flying and you just got pulled the fuck out? Now, like, by all means, he could have a medical condition or something like that. Yeah. But they're not saying that shit in the report. So what the fuck was he doing or thinking?
Just what the hell is wrong with you?
This nigga was about to die for his car, for real. Like, yo, I don't know, like, cause I ain't gonna lie. When I first got my first car, I was ready to die for that shit. You feel me? That shit was everything. So maybe I'm thinking like he was trying to get that shit off the tracks. He didn't really give a fuck about what was coming towards him. Right. But I can't believe that this nigga just said, "What happened?" That's the part that fucked me up. Like, how you became unconscious. Maybe he jumped off the road, ran up on the tracks, got knocked out. Maybe hit the headbutt the head, the wheel, steering wheel. Maybe, but
hell no, that nigga's in there done up.
Yeah, like that
he
shit.
He wouldn't stop bugging. So
I was about to say he lucky to
pulled him out the car, smashed his head on the
Where, son? And his car was fucked up, mind you.
I bet you they found drugs in there.
That's the nigga car right there. That's not worth dying for. You feel me? For real. What's that? Like a Jeep Wrangler or some shit? Or a Jeep or some type of Jeep type car?
That's
type SUV.
Toy car. Fuck that.
Anyway, shout out to the fucking state trooper that saved this motherfucker.
You the
Because
man.
I don't think that he would be here today. Well, from the looks of it, the driver's side looked like it was cool. But you don't know. You never know. Could have paralyzed him from the waist down or something like that.
What the fuck? Is those the Inspector Gadget extendos? Fuck out of here. So the whole time you could have did that.
Yeah, that shit don't make sense to me for real. That shit fucked up. Like, yeah, for real. That engine would have pushed back right on that nigga legs and he'd have been done up. So shout out to that trooper, man. That state trooper that saved him. You the fucking hero of the week. You feel me? You deserve that shit. For real. Because me as a state trooper, I wouldn't even got him out. I'd be like, yo, flashlight. Yo, and I'd have seen that shit like, I'd have seen that shit 100 feet away from us. I'd be like, yo, I'm getting the fuck up out of here. First of all, I'd have pulled that nigga out before that train would even got that close. I'd have been like, yo, boom, open the door, get the fuck out of here. And just, yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Word, you getting locked up. You know that, right? As I pull you, I'm locking you up for something, nigga. You need a fucking sit in the cell for a second.
Sit your ass down.
You gotta reevaluate yourself.
Yeah, you know what's funny? What the fuck? That wasn't even a road.
Word, son.
That nigga ran through the grass to get there.
Yo, Eddie stupid. He's at the front of the Jeep, look like my coworker's grill, smashed up. But nah, for real, on some seriousness, I'm glad he's still alive. His parents got him from the hospital. He good, you feel me? He ain't had to stay there long. Yo, for real, they need to look at him for a while, you feel me? They really need to look at him for a while, you feel me? To make sure he alright. Like, he ain't gonna go do no dumb shit, you feel me? Yeah, man, because that was some wild shit right there.
Wild boy.
Straight up crazy, bro. I can't even imagine that. Like, but we about to get into this last video where we gonna find out all the gang founders from a source in YouTube. When he shout his shit out, yo, shout him out, you feel me? And you feel what I'm saying? We about to hear this shit right here. We're going to end it with that, you feel me?
You've probably heard of some of these underground organizations on the news or in movies, but little is known about the actual founders. These are 10 gang founders of America. MS-13, also known as Mara Salvatrucha, is an organization that was founded in Los Angeles, California by Ernesto Miranda, aka Smokey. Smokey was a former soldier in El Salvador who fled to Los Angeles in hopes to escape the violent civil war that plagued his country. Unfortunately, he found plenty of violence on the streets of LA, specifically in the Mexican neighborhoods. This led to Smokey, alongside other war-hardened immigrants, to form the first version of MS-13, called MSS. It is believed the third S was replaced by the number 13, symbolizing the 13th letter in the alphabet, after forming an alliance with the Mexican Mafia, aka La M, for more protection in prison due to the stronghold they already had. Eventually, Ernesto was deported back to El Salvador, where he seemed to turn his life around, becoming a father, studying law, and working to keep kids out of trouble. Unfortunately for him, he was gunned down outside his home shortly
crazy
after.
How most gang members just try to change their life out of nowhere.
The Jewish Mob, also known as the Kosher Mafia, is an organization that was founded by Arnold Rothstein, aka The Brain, in the early 1900s when he realized the opportunity in bootlegging liquor during Prohibition. With his main office at Broadway and 49th Street in Manhattan, he was able to accumulate over $10 million, equivalent to $125 million in today's valuation, making him one of the wealthiest gangsters in U.S. history. It wasn't the first time he experienced big money. Growing up, he was the son of wealthy businessman Abraham Rothstein. Since a young age, Arnold developed a gambling habit that led to him allegedly fixing the 1919 World Series. Gambling also led to his death in 1928 when he refused to pay up $320,000 he owed from a high-stakes poker game that he claimed was fixed by the other players. On his deathbed, he refused to help police identify his shooter, telling them in quotes, "You stick to your trade and I'll stick to mine."
I'm not telling you who shot me though.
The Black Gangster Disciples is an organization that was founded in the late 60s on the south side of Chicago by Larry Hoover, the leader of the Supreme Gangsters, and David Barksdale, the leader of the Black Disciples. The two formed an alliance after Larry Hoover proposed the idea in efforts to end the senseless violence that plagued the black community in Chicago. At first, they were able to turn their attention to community outreach programs and legitimate businesses, but that would come to an end when drugs began flooding the streets in the 70s. Some members grew extremely rich, and others fell victim to using their own supply. David Barksdale died in 1974 due to kidney failure, leaving Larry Hoover in charge from behind bars. Larry Hoover had just been sentenced to 6 life terms for racketeering charges. With the two leaders off the streets, the organization began feuding with each other. Up until now, there seems to be a rivalry between what was once a strong alliance.
BMF, baby.
BMF, also known as the Black Mafia Family, was an organization that was founded in Detroit in the late 80s by Demetrius Flannery, aka Big Meech, alongside his brother Terry. By the year 2000, they had a direct link to the Mexican cartels, which helped establish a $250 million coke distribution empire throughout the U.S. The feds claimed that they had 2 main hubs, one in Atlanta for distribution, ran by Big Meech, and one in Los Angeles for incoming shipments from Mexico, ran by Brother Terry. Around this time, Big Meech had established BMF Entertainment, a promotion agency in efforts to legitimize their source of income. The business front allowed Big Meech to launder illegal earnings by funding legitimate events, associating with high-profile hip-hop artists like T.I., Fabulous, Jay-Z, and more. Big Meech being in the limelight and flexing his wealth caused a fallout between the two brothers. His brother Terry was claiming that Meech was attracting the wrong attention, but by 2005, the feds had 900 pages of wiretapped conversations, which led to the indictment of both brothers. Both ended up pleading guilty and were sentenced to 30 years in prison.
Tarantino's.
The Trinitarios, named after 3 revolutionaries of the Dominican War of Independence, is an organization founded in the early 90s in New York by Leonidas Sierra, aka Junito, alongside Julio Marin, aka Caballo. Junito created the organization within Rikers Island Jail, comprised of Dominican descendants to protect themselves from other ruthless inmates. Eventually, when members were being released from jail, the organization began gaining power in the streets of New York. That led to Junito establishing a central committee that conveyed orders and messages to the street leaders. For years, Junito would greenlight hits on oppositions in the streets and in the prison system, all from behind bars. In 2009, as part of Operation Patria, the feds charged at least 147 members in an attempt to dismantle the organization. Then in 2014, founder Junito was sentenced to 19 years for racketeering, which would run consecutively with his 22 years to life sentence he was already serving. Latin Kings is one of the oldest and largest Latino street organizations that was founded in 1954 on the west side of Chicago by Raymond Santos, aka Papa King. Papa King, a Cuban raised in Puerto Rico, first founded a 3-boy club called the Imperials to defend themselves against the Italians and Greeks that were oppressing Puerto Ricans at the time. But it wasn't until they merged with a group of Mexican youths called the Mark Kings that they would gain notoriety in Chicago. In 1964, King Papo and White Sal, the leader of the Mark Kings, officially became one organization and birthed the name Latin Kings. They felt it needed to be done so they could bring an end to the oppression of all Latinos. Eventually, the organization, like many others, joined the drug trade in the 70s for funding as well as using. Due to the heavy use, the organization created a constitution of rules, one being a zero tolerance for hard substances. By 1972, founder King Papo stepped down as leader, and in the summer of 1988, he had disappeared, with rumors that he had either fled the country or that there was an internal hit on his life. Neither was confirmed.
Gambino family.
The Gambino family, originally called the D'Aquila family, was founded in 1910 by Salvatore D'Aquila in East Harlem, New York. Salvatore was a Sicilian immigrant that arrived in the U.S. in 1906. He soon joined and rose the ranks in the Morello family. But in 1910, his boss Giuseppe Morello was sentenced to 10 years in prison, allowing Salvatore to separate himself and start his own organization, naming it after himself. Operating in East Harlem and the Bronx, he rivaled the same family he was once captain in. He even put a hit out on his ex-boss Giuseppe when he was released from prison in 1925. But 3 years later, in 1928, Salvatore was gunned down in an alleyway in Manhattan. It wasn't until the sixth boss of this same organization that they adopted the name Gambino family after Carlo Gambino's rise in 1957. It's believed that his name is the one that stuck out of 11 total bosses throughout history because he was able to merge two families for the first time and also earn the family over $500 million a year in today's valuation, as well as never receiving a hit on his life during his 19-year run.
Mexican Mafia.
The Mexican Mafia, also known as La M, is an organization that was founded in 1957 by Luis Flores, aka Güero Buff, alongside 13 other Hispanic street members from different sets in Los Angeles. Flores was able to form a truce and get these 13 OGs from opposing sets to put aside their differences to form the Mexican Mafia while locked up in the Deo Vocational Institution. He found this necessary for protection against opposing threats and also to have complete control of the black market. He was able to accomplish just that by recruiting the most elite individuals to cement the organization's authority overall. By 1961, the organization's power was so overwhelming that the State Department of Corrections decided to transfer some core members to adult facilities like San Quentin Prison. With direct connections to Mexican cartels and Mexican mafia leaders like Rodolfo Cadena frontlining in new facilities, the organization had a monopoly throughout the state. Eventually, they had members from every Hispanic set join the family and even formed an alliance with the Aryan Brotherhood. Real quick, I want to say that I now have shirts, hoodies, phone cases, and more for anyone that wants a piece of Time Watch 5 or simply just wants to support the channel. I'll leave a link in the description. Now back to the video. The Crips is an organization that was founded in the late 60s in Los Angeles by Raymond Washington. As a kid, Washington joined a gang called the Avenues in East LA, but ended up leaving due to the static between himself and the leader's brother. He then founded his own set called the Baby Avenues, recruiting young kids from South Central LA. Later on, he rebranded the growing set into the Crips, derived from his brother Reggie Washington's nickname. With a growing reputation as one of the best fist fighters in South Central, he was able to influence smaller sets to join the Crips and become subgroups. In 1971, Washington approached another gang leader named Stanley Williams, aka Tookie, in the high school they were both attending. He had heard about Tookie because he had a big reputation for fighting larger, more established gangs. Washington proposed they form a confederation to form a single, large organization under the Crip brand. Tookie accepted the offer and united the West and the East, making the Crips the largest street gang in Los Angeles. Years later, Washington was gunned down at the age of 25, and in 2005, Tookie Williams received a lethal injection in San Quentin State Prison for a quadruple homicide.
Damn, man, that's crazy. Number one, Bloods.
First, I would like to mention that the man you see on the thumbnail did not start the First Blood set. What he did start was the United Blood Nation, and I'll get more into that later. So no one man is credited as founder of the Bloods because it was created as a breakaway group from a bigger organization, the Crips. In 1969, the Crips were becoming the most dominant organization in Los Angeles and were absorbing smaller surrounding sets, one of them being the Pyrus. It wasn't until opposing smaller sets grew tired of being victimized for not joining the Crips that the Pyrus broke away and formed a new alliance with sets like the Brims, Luter Park Hustlers, Denver Lanes, and the Bishops. This new alliance addressed each other as Bloods and gained notoriety for offering protection against the dominant Crips. Now the UBN, also known as the United Blood Nation, is an organization that was founded in 1993 inside of Rikers Island Jail by Omar Porty, aka OG Mac, alongside Leonard McKenzie. The UBN was created for protection from Latino gangs like the Nietas and the Latin Kings that were oppressing non-Latino members. Shortly after, they would form subsets, including the Nine Trade Gangsters and many more. In 1999, OG Mac was released and back on the streets of New York, where he would build the UBN into a much more powerful organization. But only 3 years after his release, he caught 10 new charges, including racketeering, and was sentenced to 50 years in prison.
Damn, bro. I don't know how true all that shit was. I don't know how true that shit was. But that shit sound about right. That shit sound about right, for real, for real. Got my man Sleep over here, you feel me? Taking a Nizap, you feel me? But yeah, that shit was just, yeah. And there you go, man. We had the fucking gang founders. Shout out to Time Watch 5, man, for making that video for us. For making that video for everybody so we can take a look at it, you feel me? But that just shows, like, man, a lot of them gangs that we just heard about, 9 times out of 10 is not here right now. The people not here right now and don't want no parts of it. Only because they realized that they were just trying to get something out of it. You feel me? And after they got something out of it, they got the fuck up out of it. Because nothing that you create that is not God made is going to last long. And ultimately, somebody's going to envy you to the point where they want to be you. And the only way to be you is to get rid of you. You feel me? It can't be two of you. You get what I'm saying? And that's the moral of the story, man. I just want people to be safe. I want people to realize, like, I put that video up there just so niggas could see that it was interesting to me. But I also want people to realize the stories behind the people that created this shit, man. The Jewish mob, man. We talking about people beyond our levels. Like, you feel me? Jews making money right now in our hoods. And you wonder why. And you got the Bloods and the Crips ultimately not really beefing with each other now, but beefing with their own people. And you wonder why. And that's the moral of the story is to learn what you're getting into. Do your research on what you're indulging in. And realize that, you know, certain shit ain't for everybody. And most of this shit right now, I can say legitly, is fuck shit. So if you indulging yourself in fuck shit, guess what? You're a fuck nigga. Or whatever culture that you represent. But my shit is that it just shows a lot of people join gangs because they didn't have nothing to that's what I see, to relate to. You get what I'm saying? Like they said, the Bloods was a set created that was broken off from the Crips and didn't want to get fucked with the Crips. So if you was a nigga that didn't want to be Crip but got fucked with by Crips, guess what? You became Blood. You feel me? It makes sense. Yeah. Latin Kings, MS-13, all along. They united because they knew as one person you got fucked with. But if you got 30 of y'all motherfuckers, 40 of y'all motherfuckers, 50 of y'all motherfuckers, y'all, 100 of y'all motherfuckers, y'all will get lessly fucked with. So a person that's Mexican or Spanish or whatever, Latin, and got fucked with, joined the Latin Kings and the MS-13s and the Mexican Mafia because they didn't want to get fucked. Mm-hmm. Everything that you do, try to serve a purpose of your cause. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So if something is bothering, it's like a solution to your problem, basically. But every problem has multiple solutions. Just know that. And that shouldn't be your first solution. You get what I'm saying? Nowadays. Back in the day, I can't really say because 9 times out of 10, it was probably like a family. You feel me? You probably did more shit. Now they want you to do more shit than they don't care about your family. You feel what I'm saying? Or nothing like that. Like as far as being a blood, a crip, or whatever. They don't care about what you got going for yourself. So I want people to realize that what they're getting into ultimately is not solving their problem or having an answer for their cause. I want niggas to know that this shit is bigger than that. You feel me? The love and respect that you get shouldn't have to be earned. It should be shown. You get what I'm saying? It's a totally different thing. If you meet me and you can't see the respect that I need or want, and I have to earn it to you, then obviously we're not on the same level. You get what I'm saying? Because as a man, like either one or two things. Either you see the potential in me and you trying to take that from me, or you obviously see I have that potential and you're trying to take it from me. You get what I'm saying? So I want people to realize what they're putting themselves into. Don't let no man fool you from your life. You feel what I'm saying? Be that person to always stay above water by yourself. You don't obviously need nobody else. If you want to join a gang, yeah, it's only my opinion. You get what I'm saying? Some people look up to nothing. Some people have nothing, and they want something. But that something don't have to be giving your life to another man. You get what I'm saying? Point blank period. I just want people to know that. Like, you don't have to give your life to another man to make you feel like you at home. You get what I'm saying? Like, you should serve a purpose for yourself before you serve a purpose for another person or for another thing. But if you choose to do that, then fine. That's the route that you're going to go. But go that way. You feel me? And realize that that's not for everybody. You feel me? And for the old heads and the OGs that's allowing these young people to basically give their life up to them, bring positivity to their life. You don't have to ultimately bring negativity to a young man's life. You feel me? If your life fucked up and it been fucked up for a while, guess what? You did that to yourself. Allowing the next man to fuck up his life because you can manipulate that man and make him feel as though he can be the person to ultimately try to get your life back into shape. It's fucked up. Like I said, we working with pawns and we working with fucking kings and queens and fucking bishops and all nice and shit. Like, you don't want to... I understand your pawns. You got to realize that on the chess game, your pawns is sacrifices. It's just what it is. Like, a pawn is just a sacrifice to get the king to where he need to get to. You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, this is my opinion. Like I can't take this from nobody else. I'm not judging nobody. If you do what you do, do it. And do it the best. But just open your eyes and realize that what you put yourself into, you can't fault nobody else for that shit. Like, you can't fault an OG for allowing him to control you. Just the same way I say about a relationship. You can't fault a bitch that's going to keep cheating on you if you allow her to cheat on you. You get what I'm saying? All you got to cut that off. You feel me? It becomes your fault after the second, third, fourth time.
After the first time.
You feel me?
Because you taking them back. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, all right, boom. It's still going to go my mom.
Yeah, exactly. So it's ultimately your fault. Just realize that. Don't blame nobody else. I'm just saying everybody has their own way of life. You feel me? Some people feel as though that's a family. Some people feel as though they putting in work for they whatever. But just realize you could be your own man. And everybody can be their own man. And I'm going to end it like that. You feel me? Because that makes more sense than anything. I'm not lying. Everybody can be their own man if they wanted to. You feel me? If you allow another man to make you move a certain way that you don't want to move, guess what? Only way that should do it if it comes with a fee. You feel me? Because I work. So I know I'm not about to sit here and say, oh, if I don't want to do that, I don't have to do that. That's bullshit. Because some things I do at work, I don't want to do at all. But I'm doing it for a check. You feel what I'm saying? So you just gotta make it. This, like Eddie said, this is my opinion. You know, I'm not judging nobody. I'm not saying nobody is dumb or stupid for doing it. But just, you chose your path. You gotta live with it. You can't, I don't want to hear you complain about it later on in life. You get what I'm saying? Don't complain about it. Don't sob over it. Take that shit, chin up, and keep it going. You feel me? And keep doing what you gotta do or what you supposed to do. You feel me? And I'm gonna leave it like that, man. Cause this is my fucking people's podcast, and we make sense of everything. And if we do, we try to. I can't really say much, cause I'm not none of that. So I just want niggas to know, we here to give our opinions and to bring light to what's been dark for a long time. You feel what I'm saying?
Everybody got their own opinion.
Everybody got their own opinion. You feel me? You can't spike me for my opinion because I live a different life from everybody. You feel what I'm saying? I live ant life. So can't judge me. And I want to leave it like that. Feel me? This is My People's Podcast. Got this nigga knocked the fuck out.
He got knocked out over there.
Slumdog millionaire over there, but I understand. You feel me? We work, so you feel me? We gotta get our way in some way somehow. You feel me? And this is My People Podcast. We out this bitch. You feel me? We got fucking Hottie in the check-in.
Yo,
we got motherfucking.
Whoa.
Yeah, I pointed at this nigga first. You understand why I'm waving. I'm about to take my last, you feel me, little split splash. Yeah. And we out this bitch, you feel me? But we got my nigga Hottie in the check-in.
Yo.
We got my nigga Chris in the check-in. And we about to be out this bitch. And we just, you feel me? We gonna continue to bring y'all positive / negative / all types of news. And we ain't gonna stop. No matter what the fuck happens, you feel me? Yeah. We just in here and we trying to show y'all niggas this is our opinion, this is our other side of life. This is looking into where you can think about certain things and you can sit back and recall and regulate on your life, on what you have been doing, or even if you haven't take that step yet. You get to realize before you get to that step. You feel me? And we out this bitch. You feel me? Next time, y'all gonna see us.
Hell yeah.
Bing, bang, boom.
Bang, boom, bang, boom, bang, boom.